Hey everybody, today I'd like to talk about what Toyota needs to do to the Tundra to play catch up. Now, I'd like to throw this out here. A lot of this stuff that I wrote down some notes, has to do with like technology. And you all know that watch the channel know I am a firm believer that technology kills reliability. I'm still a firm believer in that, but I know there are a lot of people out there that does not feel that way. They want the latest and greatest tech, the most tech and all this stuff. So what does Toyota need to do to the Tundra to catch up with the competition? This is just a few things that I thought were pretty cool that I've either seen on other trucks or I've seen on commercials, this, that, and other, that I think Toyota should add to their vehicle because I think it would help them sell more of these trucks because people want technology. We are a technology-driven world. I am shooting this video on an iPhone. It does great videos. It is a computer in your hand, and I don't know what I would do without it. So even though I think technology kills reliability, this is still a lot of cool stuff. So let's get into this, see what I think Toyota needs to do to keep this truck relevant. Let me know in the comment section after the video if you agree with all these and what's something I might have missed. So I kind of rank these a little bit from what I think would be the biggest to maybe the smallest thing they should do. So the first thing I think is a larger touchscreen. I mean, Tesla has this huge touchscreen and they're coming out with a full electric truck. And I've heard a lot of people, I have a brother-in-law that owns a business and he is really looking forward to this truck coming out. So, you know, that's a big deal to a lot of companies that could save a lot in gas. Now, I don't know what the price of this truck is going to be. It may be astronomical and it may take years and years and years to save any money at all with that. I don't know, but he is actually looking forward to that coming out. But Dodge also has that huge touchscreen option in some of their trim levels. Now, yes, you can buy a touchscreen for the Tundra that is, you know, a large touchscreen right now. But I have fears that that isn't reliable. I've heard people say they put that in there and had some issues with it. And the last thing I would want to do is cause some kind of an electrical issue with my truck. So Toyota needs to put that in stock, at least on the higher trim levels, such as maybe the Limiteds, the Platinums, and the 1794s. Next is camera options. Now, yes, I know like the top-down camera is coming and stuff like that, but there are other trucks that have so many camera options, like backup camera options. It is crazy, and I think the Raptor even has a front camera option for their truck, which would be pretty cool as well as a factory option, something that you did not have to install yourself. But Chevrolet in particular, I don't know if y'all seen this commercial, but it's amazing. They have an invisible trailer option for their backup camera. Makes it look like the trailer's not there. If somebody's standing behind the trailer, you can see them. I don't know how that works. That's pretty crazy, but it's also really, really cool. I think, now I know they probably have some kind of, you know, patent on that or something, but I'm sure there's ways around that. And I think it would be pretty cool if Toyota put something like that in their truck. Next, now this is going to hit home with like the off-roaders. A lot of people don't off-road these trucks because they're really expensive, but a lot of people do, and that's locking diffs. I know that my Ford F-150, even the 2012 model, had like a rear locking diff. I don't have that in this truck, and this truck is a more expensive truck than that truck was. But I don't have it. But I think a lot of people, especially if you offered it in like the TRD off-road package or something like that, and you didn't have to spend $50-some thousand on a Platinum, I think a lot of people would opt for that, especially the off-roaders and overlanders. If you could just put that or get that as a factory option, kind of like the Jeep Rubicon, just touch a little button twice and lock both diffs, you're on your way. I think that would be a big seller for the off-roaders, and I think Toyota should incorporate that into their trucks. as a factory option. Better mile per gallon. This is huge. Everyone talks about the mile per gallon in the Tundra. And I've heard rumors of electric motors and V6 engines, and they're going to be able to tow a bazillion pounds, which will help because the competition can tow more. But I've heard of all this stuff and rumors of like 28 or 30 miles a gallon, which would sell a bazillion of these full-size trucks, because nobody is close to that right now unless you go with like an eco diesel or something. My buddy has an eco diesel in the shop all the time. He wants me to review it because it's such a horrible truck. But if you don't have some kind of eco diesel or something, you're not getting numbers like that. And if they can squeeze out 28 to 30 miles a gallon, time for sales to pick up. Good job, Toyota. Not sure I like that electric motor thing, but that'll sell some vehicles. And, you know, you say, hey, I don't know about all that. When the EcoBoost came out in the F-150, I was a big doubter. I was like, there's no way that a 6-cylinder twin turbo in a full-size truck outsells a V8. It's now the #1 selling truck. So electric motors and a 6-cylinder might be the ticket and the answer. Tailgate steps. My 2011 F-150, and I don't mean to keep comparing to the F-150 because I'm not an F-150 fan. If you watch the channel, you know I'm not. But Ford does have some cool features on these trucks, so I have to bring those up. But my 2011 F-150 had a step in the tailgate, and with the lift on this truck and running 35s, it'd be pretty nice to have some way to step up in the truck. But better yet, Chevy has an awesome tailgate. It is crazy how that tailgate works. There's like 5,000 different settings, and it's just amazing. And I think it's time for Toyota to catch up with that. Everybody has a step in their tailgate now. Put a step in your tailgate. Just makes it a little bit easier on the consumers like me, especially if you lift your truck. Auto open tailgate. Now my buddy's F-150 has a button on the key fob. Now he does have the touchless entry and touchless start and stuff, or push button start, not touchless, but push button start. And he also has a button on his key fob that he can hold in for like 2 seconds, and the tailgate will pop and actually drop and open. That's a pretty cool feature. If you're coming out of Lowe's and you got a big pile of wood on a cart that you need to load in your truck or something like that, while you're walking down through there, you could push that button and have your tailgate open before you get there. And that could be pretty handy in a situation like that. All right, so next is a heads-up display. Now, Chevy's had this for a little while in like the Corvette, but I seen on a commercial the other day that they're actually starting to put them in the Silverado. And if you've not rode in a vehicle that has a heads-up display on the windshield, that's awesome. You just look straight through the windshield. You don't have to glance down at your instrument cluster or anything like that. All the stuff, you can program that for what you want up there, and that's a pretty cool feature. It's also a safety feature because you're gonna have to take your eyes off the road. I think that's a pretty cool feature, and if Toyota would put that in a truck, 2 thumbs up. Especially the higher end, trim levels. These trucks aren't cheap, especially like the Platinums and the 1794s. Why can't they spend a little extra money? Put some tech in these. Like I said, I'm not a big tech fan. These are cool features, and I know a lot of you people are, and it would help sell these trucks. Time to play catch up. One other thing that I am a huge fan of is sunroofs. The F-150 has a huge panoramic roof. I would love to see that in a Tundra. Now, I've heard people talk about, and I've read people talk about how those things leak and they're not always great and stuff like that. I think Toyota does enough R&D, and I think they put enough quality in their vehicles that they would probably make that work correctly and not have all the issues. I would love to have a solid piece of glass up here. I don't know why I like having a sunroof. I very rarely buy a vehicle that either does not have a sunroof, 1, or 2, I can't take the top off of. Like my Jeep Wrangler, I can take the top off that. Better than a sunroof. The whole top's open. Now my Roush Mustang does not have a sunroof, but Mustangs usually don't come with sunroofs, especially back in 07. But normally, I don't buy very many vehicles without a sunroof. That panoramic roof, I'm in. That's one of these things, I'm in. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is options. Like Chevrolet offers blacked out options, midnight options, other options. You know, Nissan offers stuff like that. Why can't Toyota do that? They offer a blacked out emblem and a blacked exhaust tip. Whoopee. Black out the whole truck or chrome out the whole truck. You may be a chrome fan. You may want tons of mirror on the outside of your truck. Make it an option. Make that where I can say, hey, I want a blacked out version. I don't want any chrome at all. And I can order it that way. Why do I have to take polished aluminum wheels and chrome mirror caps and door handles on my Platinum Tundra? Why can't I have a totally blacked out Platinum Tundra? That's something that Toyota does need to do, because a lot of other companies do that. One thing I do not want Toyota to put on a truck. Toyota, listen to this. Don't do it. Auto start stop. Hate that feature. Worst feature ever. Yes, maybe it saves this much gas. I'll burn this much gas to not have that feature. So Toyota, these are things that you need to add to your truck to catch up. That's something that they've caught up on that they can keep, because nobody likes that. I have yet to see an individual say, I like my auto start stop. Most people complain about it, even in the comments section. So Toyota, that's something you can leave off the next gen Tundra. And I don't know if they will or not, because a lot of people are going to that, but I really, really hope that they leave that out and forget it ever existed. So tell me what you guys think. Are these viable options that Toyota needs to do to the Tundra to play catch up with the competition? I think it is. I think they're behind on the game, and I think a lot of people aren't buying these trucks because of that, and are buying other brands because they get more tech options, and this is a tech-oriented society. Let me know in the comment section, is there something you would add to the next gen Tundra that you think Toyota should listen and add to? Are these all the good things they need to add, and really you'd be satisfied with that? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.